Welcome everyone to ACE Weekly. My name is Avalola and I teach persons how to set up their online business as well as the skills they can use to create their own earning opportunity. Now for the month of January, I have been looking on skills that you can offer. So in today's session, I'm looking on email handling. Now, sometimes it's called email management or organize your email and so on. So same sort of thing. Now, have you ever heard of this particular service? Most virtual assistants offer this service as well as some other services. So sometimes persons offer it on its own or they offer it with a group of services. So we're going to be discussing email handling and what it's all about. Now, what is email? We all know email, but we may not know the specific definition of email. So we're going to be looking on that quickly. So it's short for electronic mail, email, or mail. Email. So this is information that is stored on a computer and it's exchanged between two or more users over telecommunications. It may be text, files, images, that should be links, or other attachments sent through a network to a specified individual or group of individuals. Now, an email can have all of those things listed or just one or a couple of them. Now, email handling. What is this all about? So with this particular service, you can manage a client's account by 1, composing emails. So when we compose an email, we're basically creating an email from scratch. So the technical term is compose an email. So you're writing an email, you're creating an email based on whatever topic you were instructed by the client to create. Answering questions that customers have about products or services. So if you're a customer service rep, you may be able to answer questions about these products. For instance, they may want to know more information about a product, or a product is having problems and they're seeking your assistance for a solution. Same for the service. But of course, you have to be knowledgeable about the product or service in order to be of assistance. Scheduling when certain emails will be sent. Now, you don't have to necessarily, let's say you were instructed to send an email on Sunday at 6 p.m. You don't have to be lay waiting the computer and go on it and say, okay, I need to send this email Sunday at 6 p.m. and then you click send. You can actually schedule emails to be sent out. And it depends on the platform that you're working with based on how this particular action would be performed. Now, a lot of companies do use Gmail. Gmail is a very popular email platform. You have Yahoo, you have Outlook, what is it now, Hotmail, you have all kinds of, you have Ymail. I don't know if you've ever heard of Ymail. There are many types of platforms that are out there, as well as email marketing tools that are used as well, like MailChimp and ActiveCampaign and all those. It depends on what the client is using. You would need to know how to use that particular platform. So organizing important emails based on categories or labels. So when you have the emails, you don't want to have them all over the place. A client may want you to put them in folders, depending on the platform used. And some platforms, they use labels, not necessarily folders, but both allow you to have some sort of organization. And of course, you want to remove unwanted messages. You don't want your email to be cluttered with email that you do not want. So the client would want their inbox to be clean, clear as possible and not have unwanted email. Now, I don't know about you, but my gosh, my email, I have many email addresses and some of them have thousands, yes, thousands of emails in them. Does anybody have that problem? I mean, thousands. It says 1,000 plus emails unopened, unread. Because sometimes we tend to sign up with a lot of platforms that they tend to send you emails, marketing emails, and sometimes you don't open them or purge them. So this can happen to a client as well. They want to have unwanted emails removed. So that person, the person who said me, I just see it say user, is not showing your actual name. But yes, a lot of us have that problem where our inbox is full. So a client may need the same service. So you group them up. Yes. All right. So you try to do what you can to have it organized in a way that it makes sense to you. So this particular service, you can offer it to others, and it's just something you can use for yourself for better email management, because as a business owner, an online business owner, you are also getting correspondence from persons via email, and you don't want your inbox to be disorganized and you're losing email. You can't keep track of it. You're not finding what you need. So definitely, where this is concerned, you need to make sure that you have everything sorted out. Now, why has it become so important? Email is not dead. Email is here to stay. People are always using email. Persons think that, okay, text messages may replace email. No, they won't. Email is here to stay. So it has become the primary communication tool for businesses. It's used to book appointments, send good wishes, arrange meetings, delegate tasks, and monitor activities, among other things. So with it playing such an important role in work and personal lives, it becomes highly essential to learn to manage it better. I always joke and say, some people say they can't find the email that was sent. So I'm saying, okay, the email disappeared. It walked out of the inbox. Has somebody ever told you that they sent you an email and you can't find it anywhere? Sometimes the email is there, but because of not knowing how to maneuver through the email, knowing the different areas that you can check and search and so on, you may be missing important emails. Now, how to handle emails effectively? What do? So one, you want to schedule email time every day and stick with the routine. Now, you may have some clients who want their inbox to be checked every hour. Some email management systems that are being used, they actually have a rating for how soon an email is answered. They have some statistics that are shown on the system, so the client can know if you're answering the emails on time based on the requirements that they have given you. So if you do this particular service, it's good to have a time when you check the email. Maybe you check every 20 minutes, depending on how busy that person's inbox is. Clients vary because you have some persons who their inbox may not be as hectic, and you have others that where you're answering hundreds of emails per day. I had a client when he had a launch of a new product. That particular product, every minute there was an email coming in to provide customer support, because sometimes when you're ordering, the order page may be giving problems, or they can't check out, or they're clicking on a link and it's not working. So it all depends on what's going on with the business, how busy the email will be. But have a schedule of when you're checking and stick to that particular routine so that you are being as efficient as possible where that is concerned. Declutter the inbox every day. Don't make it pile up on you. Don't say, okay, I'm just going to answer these and then another time I will remove the unwanted email. Each day, remove information that's not supposed to be there. Put what you need to put in folders and all these things. Don't have unnecessary email there, cluttering the area, and risk missing important email. Keep the email sorted. We mentioned that we can use labels, we can use folders. It all depends on what the platform is allowing you to do. Definitely, when you're writing an email, you want to proofread it. You don't want your emails that you're composing to be sent out with errors. Nothing makes a business look, what should I say, not as professional as they should be if there are errors in their email. Sometimes when I'm sending out email and by accident I say, oh my gosh, I spelled that word incorrectly. So sometimes I read things over and 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 over. And then when I finish that, I read it more. So you just want to make sure that you're not making any mistakes. And there are tools that can help you to spell check and so on in your email. Grammarly is one tool that allows you to do so as well. Sometimes you can compose your email in a Microsoft Word document, and Microsoft Word has a spelling and grammar feature that you can use to check the text first before you copy that into your email platform. So you just want to make sure that you are proofreading so that there are no mistakes and that you're sending what you should. Get to know the email platform thoroughly. So if you're using Gmail, Yahoo, Outlook, whatever platform you're using, make sure that you know how to use it thoroughly. By knowing how to use it, it increases your efficiency. You don't want to be spending time saying, where do I find this? Where do I find that? That's going to slow you down tremendously. So make sure that you're going through and being able to manipulate and maneuver the platform efficiently once you practice doing so. All right, so you don't want to on the day or on the job you are doing so. Explore and familiarize yourself for your personal email. Go through and practice using the platform so that when you do get these email management, email handling jobs, you're already familiar with the platform. Now, this is a service that you can offer on the Fiverr.com platform. So I'm just going to head over there and just look and see what are persons doing with this service. How are they setting it up? So let's head on over there and get an idea of it. So far, email handling, does it seem like something that's difficult to do? Do you think it's something you are able to do? Is there anyone that offers this service at the moment? Let me know in the chat. Who offers email management? Anyone? Give me a 1 if you offer it. Does it seem easy? Does it seem hard? All right, so that's all right. So you offer it, yes. All right, so let's search. Now there are different keywords that you can search for: customer service, email handling, email management. What Fiverr does, it's looking for the keywords that you're entering in the search area. So you want to try different searches. So let's type email handling just to see what comes up when we put that. Okay, so this person here, handle your Amazon customer service email. So they have a niche. They're talking about specifically Amazon customer service emails. This person here, I'll be your office virtual assistant for contact search and email handling. So let's look on that one. I will handle your filing, email, schedule, and enter data. Let's look at that one. I'll handle all customer service emails. So this person, let's look at her. And depending on the keywords that I said that you search for, it will show you different things. So this person says, I'll be your VA that will do web research, email handling, and lead generation. All right, so this one says I'll do full-time email handling and customer support. All of these things that they're doing right here. I'll do urgent data entry, PDF conversion, email handling. So you have all of these particular services out there that you can use. I'm actually seeing some sellers that I know of as well. So that's good that they are appearing on the first page for email handling. So let's just look and see what some of them are about. In the meantime, let me put in another keyword. So let me put in email management just to see what comes up. So here it says, I will be your office ultimate virtual assistant for contact search and email handling. First of all, this is way too long. Gig title, you never want your gig title to be too long. So they say they do email handling. Let's see if they mention, so let's have email management here, but then in the gig title, they say email handling. So it would be good if in the description they had email handling as well. But just to show you that persons do offer this service and you can get an idea of how they go about setting it up so you can decide if it's something you want to do as well. So we have this person says, I will handle your filing, email, schedule, and enter data. Very short description, not long enough. You want to make sure that you're detailed with your description. All right. And let's look at this other person here. I'll handle all customer service emails. And they're talking about that. Now, I'm going to do another. This person said, oh, this person looks very familiar. So you see that you came up for the keyword search email management. You know yourself, you see your gig. So this is actually one of somebody who is online right now with us. So this is a service that she offers as well. So she shows email management, and in here she's showing the Gmail platform. All right, and she lists the services that she offers with this. She's organizing your email into folders, customizing them, timely and quality customer service. And then these are the pricing that she has set up. All right, so this is a particular service that I said that's not difficult to do. You just have to make sure that you're familiar with the platform that you're offering the service for. So we can look for organize email. I'm just typing in different keywords so we can see what may come up. This person is talking about email lists. So we see that that took us out of the email management. They're more talking about giving you an email listing and so on. But this person says that I will systematically declutter and organize your email. So depending on what you want to accomplish, you would put that in your keywords throughout your gig. This one says I will professionally manage and organize your emails. So this is a prime customer service gig, not difficult. And a lot of persons gravitate towards it to start because most of us are familiar with using email. So it doesn't seem like a big stretch to start off with this particular service. So it's one that you can explore some more if you are interested in it. So let's head on back over to the PowerPoint. So remember, if you have any questions, you can put them in the chat. I only had one person indicate that, yes, they offer email management. So does that mean that nobody else does, or nobody else wanted to communicate that they did? Which one is it? So I'm heading over back to the slides. All right, so 10 customer service email tips. So these are some tips for those who offer the service, or if you plan to offer it, these are some tips that you can follow. So when you manage a seemingly infinite number of customer service emails, it's easy to lose sight of why each one matters. So to people on the receiving end, a single interaction can make or break their customer service experience. Have you ever had experience with a company where just one email, the way they wrote the email, how long they took to respond to your email, it just turns you off. So you have to make sure that you don't have that effect if you are the person sending these emails. So email affects everything from repeat purchase rates to lifetime value to how someone talks about your brand privately and publicly. So you want that when you are offering this for your clients, you're doing it in such a way that you're building their brand. You don't want to turn anybody off of this particular service so that you know, the company name and reputation is damaged because of poor grammar, lack of communication, clear communication, and of course, taking too long. All right. So Vanessa says you offer it with your VA gig. Very good. Most persons offer it with VA or by itself. So these are some tips. So personalize your email and interactions. So you want to make sure they know they're speaking to a human being. You want to be formal, but formal to an extent where you are seeming approachable, someone that they can have a conversation with. Always say thank you. Thank you goes a long way. Trust me, thank you goes a long way. So be sure to include that when you are doing your interactions with the client. Use canned replies for automation. Now, a canned reply is another name for saying have templates, because if you're offering customer service, you may have persons who are offering or reply to you or send messages with the same sort of query or problem or different things like that. And you have an automated response that you want to set up that they can just get that particular message. So instead of necessarily automation, what we want you to do is have a template that you have ready where you can copy and paste and send, or some email platforms allow you to set up this in it and you can send this to persons by the click of a button. So that's very good. Save a lot of time. Now, another way you could do canned replies or templates is that you can have a Google Doc. Let me demonstrate for you. You can have a Google Doc. And in this particular Google Doc, what you'll be doing is that you are going to be having your responses that you want persons to see. All right, so let me open my Google Doc so you can see what's going on. So here in my Google Doc, let's say that I have a response for product query. Let's say I write product query. All right, so I can say hi. Then I know I put a space and I'll fill in their name. Thank you for asking about, I'm just trying to write the best thing, but thank you for asking about this product. It is available in sizes 4 and 6, you know, writing something, and the color scheme, you get the drift. The color scheme is red, no, purple is my color, purple and white, right? And then you can say, you can reply to this message if you have this email, if you have any further queries. And then you can have your best regards, or however they close off your email. It says our customer support, and it's Lala Squared, right? The name of the business, Lala Squared. So what you would do now, so you have your heading, bold it, so you know that this is what you reply if it's customer queries. So you just copy this and paste it. That's just a way to do it if you don't have things automated. But the Gmail definitely allows you to have templates in there when you can just set it up and respond to someone that you want to. If the people send the same kind of email, you can respond to them and set up in the platform itself. This, you have other platforms that allow you to do so as well. They have a canned response area, and you just set up the particular email, and then when you see someone asking something that needs this kind of response, you just look in the canned response area, and then you click the appropriate option, and it just populates the composition area with the response, and you just send. You may just manipulate it a little bit, a little editing, and you just send. So in your Google Doc, you can just have multiple of those responses if you want, so that it can save time and you don't have to be typing from scratch. You have persons who type every email from scratch. Any email that you want to respond to, you're typing it from scratch. And that, of course, is going to use up a lot of time. So you want to make sure that once you know that these are the kinds of responses that you get, you want to make sure that you don't spend time retyping. It's already typed. So promise a timely result, then deliver. So persons don't like to wait forever for a response. Persons like to have a timeline to work with for a response. So if you know that within the hour we can get this sorted out for you, or send you a message in 2 hours, or it will take 24 hours, or give them some timeline. But of course, the timeline cannot be something that you don't deliver on, because of course you look bad on that as well if you said, okay, it will be done X, and then when XYZ ABCD nothing is done. So you don't want that either. So define your email support style. So have a way of replying and such. You may have a way of doing things. The client may tell you that this is the kind of style that they want to have for their business. So they will let you know of that. If they don't, then you formulate your own thing. So share good versus bad news intentionally. So who wants to hear bad news first? Nobody. So you want to make sure that, okay, depending on what the answer is, you give them something positive, and then if there's something bad to tell, then you try to word it in a way where it's not so hard to comprehend or process based on how you wrote it. I like this one when it says, explain it like your customer is 5. So basically you want to be clear with your reply. I try to, when I respond to things, I may respond in too much detail, but it's better that you have too much detail than you are too vague and they're still left wondering, what were you saying? And remember, we talked about in an email, you can have a link to the email. So here they're saying link to longer instructions. So instead of having an epistle in the email itself, include a link in the email that will lead to another page that has more information on it. Balance casual versus a formal tone. So you don't want to seem too friendly, but you don't want to seem too stiff and robotic. It's a mix that you have to just try to see where you can have a good balance. And transform negative into positive language. Like for instance, don't start by saying we do not carry that product. You may say, this product is not listed in our line of services at this time. Anytime people say not and won't and can't, those things are a turn off. So you can say the same thing without saying it like that. You know what I'm saying? So always remember that when you are doing those kinds of responses. Very, very, very important that you remember that. Now, just to head on over to a Google email inbox so you get an idea of some of what I was talking about. Now you see that this particular inbox, I don't use this email. I just see I'm even reminding myself of these sessions because sometimes I want to test the email that I'm not using in there just to see how things are being delivered. So in Gmail, this is my inbox. I have actually changed the layout of this inbox. For those who know how the regular layout is, usually have the primary, social, and so on layout, but I don't like that layout, and that's a layout that based on that layout, it can cause you to miss important messages. So I changed the layout of my Gmail so I don't have that. Is that something persons know how to do? Do you know how to change your layout? Most of your information for most platforms you will find in the settings area. That's where you go and change a lot of things. So here you have your inbox and all these things here. Gmail allows you to snooze a mail. What the snooze option does is that if you get an email and you're not able to necessarily address it at that point in time, you can set it to snooze, and setting it to snooze will just allow it, give it a time and a day, or well, necessarily a time to just pop back up in the email at the top. So it's back in your forefront so you can know, all right, I need to address this particular email. Drafts, when you're creating an email and you haven't sent it, while you're creating the email, Gmail has a great feature that has the draft. So what the draft does is that it is saving while you are creating your email so that if you do not send it, it is there waiting for you to make your necessary edits and send it. All right, so that's based, and of course this was the compose that we're talking about. Most email, they have the compose area. And notice that they're giving me a prompt schedule. I can schedule a mail. All these options are here in your Gmail inbox to use efficiently. Attach your file, create a link. You can use your emoticons and all of these things in your email. All right, so Cindy is saying, can't you label them so that an incoming email goes to, I forget how to read, Cindy. Can't you label them so that an incoming email goes to that particular label? Yes, you can do so. That is the filter feature. That's one of the advanced features in Gmail that allows you to look for a particular keyword in an email or a particular address, and it will automatically filter those emails to any label that you create. All right, so that's part of the label feature. You're asking or you're telling me, Cindy? Because it sounds like you know about that particular feature. Let me know. All right, so email handling, not a difficult service to offer. Once you're familiar with the email platform, use proper grammar, and time management is very important when it comes to using this particular service. You don't want to keep persons waiting too long before they get an email reply based on any query that they have, especially for those systems that are having some sort of statistics going on when they're keeping track of emails that are responded. They have a percentage response rate and all those sorts of stuff. So you have to make sure that you're keeping track of that. All right, so how do you keep your business info in the compose box? So Kerry, I'm assuming you're asking about an email signature. So that would be an email signature if that's what, sorry, if that's what you're referring to. So you would set it up that you have your email set up with the information that you want to always be sent when someone sends you an email. So yes, Cindy, yes. So that's the filter feature when you are filtering certain emails to a particular label based on the email that's received. All right, so this particular service, I actually had a course, not a course, it was a class. I had an online class showing persons how to manipulate the Gmail inbox, but I actually updated this into a 14 video series if anybody is interested in learning about that. So here I have it. It's my email handling with Gmail, and it's a 14 video series that has about creating a Gmail account, navigating it, changing the inbox layout, draft, sent, spam, opening an email, composing, undo sent mails, scheduling. I think this is one you're asking about, Kerry, adding a signature, searching your email using templates. This is the canned responses that you would set up in the email platform itself. You have something about using vacation responder, which, have you ever sent someone an email and right away you got a response and said, we're not available right now, or we are out of town, or information has changed, you can find us at so and so. This is a response that they set up so that you can get this particular message. And also, sometimes depending on the time of day, some businesses close and they like to make sure that person still get a reply to whatever message they're sending, as in letting you know that we will reply within 24 hours or something like that, so that persons get that. So this is an updated online, well, a course based on what I did for my online class. This will also be added to the membership area for those who are part of the membership. I'm going to add that tonight when I'm done with you. So you get this for free as being part of the membership. And if anybody is interested in getting it, you can send me an email. Now it's going to be available for $3,500, and you're getting a bonus of my 10 ways to earn using G Suite. So we look at Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Forms, Google Slides, Google Sites as how you can use these particular platforms, what you can use them for as earning opportunities. So this is a package of, this course, by the way, usually goes for $5,000. And this one, I sold it for $1,500. So that's $6,500 in total here that you'll be getting for $3,500 for anyone who is interested. And if you have a Gmail account, just go through it, fool around with it. You have yahoo.com as well. Fool around with it, try different things. The main area a lot of people forget about is spam. The spam folder, guys. So many missing hidden emails go to spam, right? You're making spam eat up your emails and saying that you're not receiving them. And also use the search option. And Kerry, what you're asking me about with the signature, you can actually use Canva to create an image signature as well. So going to Canva, for those who have a Canva account, go into Canva and search for email signature or email header, and you will see different templates there that you can use to create an image signature. All right, guys. So thank you again for joining me on these sessions live. I appreciate it for the time that you take out of your busy schedule to come here and learn whatever information is being presented. As I said, persons who bought this as a part, who are in the membership, you will get this. I'll add it there. And if you did buy this online course that I did previously, I have updated it, and I'm going to be sending it to those persons who had purchased. I have your purchase information. So if anybody is, let me see if anybody who bought from that batch. No, I'm not seeing anybody here from that batch, but I will be sending it via email. Once you buy a course from me or an online class and I update it, I definitely will send you the updated version at no extra cost, since you already made your first purchase. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me, and have a great rest of your Sunday. All right, thank you, guys. Take care. Bye. Have a great week.